All right, so lots of indulgences on the show today, but let's start with this one. You know, when it comes to travel in 2025, it's all about rewriting the rule book. Now, tired of the same old vacation with all of us as well. So this year, travelers are ditching what is called tradition and embracing bold new experiences. From stargazing to adventures to longevity of retreats, we are seeing a surge in unique journeys that defy expectations, whether it's redefining age, gender, or simply what a typical trip looks like. Travelers are breaking free from using their adventures for self-discovery, for deeper connections. In a world of increasing uncertainty, travel is becoming a powerful force for personal growth and meaningful connections. So we thought, if we were to sort of crystallize these ideas for you, ideas that will dominate 2025, where do we start with? We picked up the top 9. Let's start with trend number 1. It's called Noctourism, meaning 2025 is the year of stargazing our way into new astro adventures. The trend of Noctourism or nocturnal tourism refers to traveling to experience the night in all its glory. With space tourism edging even closer to reality, travelers will be focused on building connections with the universe as they turn on more attainable astro pursuits in 2025. Trend number 2, this one is called Passport to Immortality. Interesting, no? And as adventurers and travelers even search for the elixir of life, a vacation is no longer just the time to unwind. In 2025, wellness will go beyond yoga mats and smoothies, driven by the desire to cultivate better lifestyle choices. And about 83% of Indian travelers are interested in longer retreats and one that will give them deep revitalization. Trend number 3, and this is quite on trend. It's called AI, but this does not mean artificial intelligence. It means alternative itineraries. New technologies are already helping travelers find experiences tailored to their needs, but in 2025 we'll see people using powerful AI tools to craft alternative sort of itineraries based on personal experiences as well. Again, the core theme being that they want to form deeper connections with communities, even with the planet. Trend number 4, it's called multi-gen mega trips. Now, the trend generation this generation that we're talking about, might want to start saving up for their own trips. Why? Because remember, we spoke about the trend of spending kids' inheritance or SKI. Well, that is set to continue in 2025, as nearly half of Indian travelers would rather spend their money on a bucket list of trip than leaving their inheritance for their children. Isn't that particularly peculiar? This is seen strongly in baby boomers. Taking you to trend number 5 then, it's called Boys to Zen. Now, as the name suggests, gender norms and expectations are becoming increasingly fluid, and this shift is set to extend into travel industry as well. With growing sort of societal awareness about male mental health, men-only retreats focusing on well-being and personal growth are set to become even more prevalent in 2025. Which brings us to trend number 6. This one is for ageless adventures. Now, if you think that thrills and spills of travel are reserved only for the younger generation, well, it's time to think that again, because adventurers now are going beyond any age bar. Baby boomers, those from 1946 to 1964, are now redefining what it means to travel later in life as well. Let's move on now to trend number 7 then, and this is neuro-inclusive navigation. Now, travelers with neuro sort of divergent needs are calling for more inclusive approach to travel in 2025, and this scent is also sent to seeing a lot of progress in this year. Trend number 8, this is all about vintage voyaging. Sustainability and careful budgeting are set to remain key focuses for 2025, where vacation wardrobes will get a makeover and trendy Indian turn vintage voyagers are hitting thrift stores now while on holiday to curate a more sustainable suitcase. So why pack new when you can actually thrift your way to the new trend. And with that, the final one, and this is really interesting, it's called the gate escape, meaning gone are the days of arriving just in time to avoid the lingering crowds at lounges post security, as Indian travelers now want to kick off their travel in style with a new era of airport entertainment. This will be the year that airport takes its place in the limelight as travelers actively seek out destinations with the best airports as well. So that's becoming a key priority. So lots of trends, lots of interesting bits to actually decode from there. These were actually picked up from bookings.com, where they did a survey of over 27,000 travelers actually across 33 countries, including India, and this is what they foresee coming in 2025. So we thought, let's get a spin on it for our guests as well. Joining us now is Gaurav Gupta. He's the CEO of TripClap. Also with us is Milan Singhal. She's a lifestyle and travel blogger. Let me first come to Gaurav then. Gaurav, you just saw the full list over there. The 9 trends, extremely fascinating. Never heard of them before. That seem to be catching up pace in 2025. Are you already seeing bits of it that you already saw a glimpse of it in 2024 and these are set to continue, or some of these are sort of blowing your mind as well?
Thank you so much. The thing is that, Sonal, yes, we have seen a shift is happening. In last couple of years, a lot of shift is happening. We get around 1 million requests on our platform every year, and we cater to the tour packages need only. Previously, people used to go to very particular or typical destination, whether it's India or outside India. But now, a lot of requests which are coming to us are of very different kind of countries, like Scandinavian countries, the countries like Iceland and Greenland, because and it is not just the Gen Z or millennials. It is even the baby boomers are requesting these kind of trips, which is very different for us. And as you very rightly said, men only trips are also getting a lot of requests. We are getting that we are looking only for the men only trip, the Ladakh bike trip, the yoga retreats at Rishikesh, the spa kind of trip at Kerala. These are the requests which we are seeing because in the past 1 decade I'm continuously monitoring this whole category, and now people are exploring different destination. Experience is something which majority of these travelers are looking for, and it is not just the travel companies. The travelers are also giving the itineraries. In earlier, it was the travel companies who used to curate the itineraries.
Yeah.
Now, because of the technology, travelers are curating their own itineraries and asking these travel companies to help us make it a reality. People know what they're looking for. Previously, they used to seek for professional advice. Now, travelers are themselves more professional than even the travel companies.
That
And
is so
very rightly said.
fascinating. That is so fascinating. Where you're saying it's no longer the job of the travel guide or travel, person curating it to give you ideas. Now people come with their list to say, listen, I want to do this, just make it happen. And that's why one of the trends actually spoke about AI. It's helping them. They're Googling more. They want to know more about, hidden gems and places that are generally not on the list of people. So can relate to it. Let me bring in Milan as well. Milan, one peculiar trend that really caught my attention was the one which talked about nocturnal travel. Now, we all know about, the Northern Lights being a trend, but how do you see this going, and are there some other places that you want to talk about, recommend to our viewers?
Yes, so this nocturnal tourism, where people go for stargazing experiences. So this is very much catching up on, and I think in 2025, many people are going to, explore this nocturnal tourism. So whether, it's a stargazing experience in desert in Chile or say back home in Ladakh, I myself want to try something like that. So here in nocturnal tourism, you get to, talk to the expert astronomers, stay in a campsite just under the stars, so that the light pollution is minimal. So yeah, this is a very interesting trend, and I myself would like to explore.
I see. Gaurav, do you want to talk to us about trend number 9 that we spoke about, on how the airports that you pick and where you land are becoming very central to decision making?
Yeah, of course, definitely. As you very rightly said, initially people used to go at the last moment while they have they have to catch up their flight. Now people do ask us questions: How much time do I have? Whether it has a good lounge or not? What all credit cards do I have to take? So of course they do seek a lot of advice from us while planning their trip, and they do want us that if in case our company is curating their trip, they should get some time at the airport lounges and do not and want to enjoy the complete entertainment which are available in the airports. And it, of course, talking about the airports, infrastructure facilities are now definitely better, much better than in the last decade. If we talk about the airports at Bangalore and Delhi, and of course, a lot of facilities are there. Even the small towns are getting good airports now. And of course, anywhere and everywhere, wherever the travelers get any kind of such kind of an opportunity, they would love to leverage that. And it is all about experiences. Eventually, experience at airport is also kind of a trip.
Yeah,
So it's
like
not just the
I've been seeing
destination.
so many
Yes.
pictures of people uploading pictures and reels from, say, the Singapore airport, talking about how beautiful it is. People taking pit stops only in Singapore, taking a halt just because they want to experience the airport. So all of these trends also picking up. But Gaurav, talk to me a little bit about the mindset shift. We keep talking about how pandemic shifted. There was an orbital shift in which we look at travel now. It's not about just holiday where chill. That's not the game. It's about experiencing something which will truly make you think. Am I correct in making that analysis?
Yes, you're very right. Actually, before pandemic, it was all about weekend destinations, weekend getaways, long weekends when they used to get it. However, and post pandemic, it was more of a staycation. Now, of course, when the pandemic is over, staycation is over. Now people are talking about experiences. They want to explore the world, and of course, having gone through something like pandemic, there are a lot of thoughts which are there in people's mind that it is one life, and YOLO is something is very
Yes.
popular in Gen Z. And even if, of course, as you very rightly said, baby boomers and millennials are also experiencing the experiences, because eventually, because of course good geopolitical condition in our country of higher disposable income, people can actually plan now. They are looking for experiences which they can cherish throughout their life. And of course, thanks to these mobile phones, these photographs, of course, these are the memories which they want to cherish upon. It is not about the materialistic thing now, it is more around the experiences. And since 2025 is there, staycation is over, weekend getaway is over, of course work from home is there, so now people can actually explore experiences even while working. And that is why rather it has become more challenging for the travel companies like us, because even travelers are challenging us. This is the kind of experience I'm looking for. As Milan also said, uh, stargazing is something which we recently, of course, if we talk about in last one quarter, lot of requests are getting to us about these stargazing trips. And we started exploring those experts who can actually help our travelers to get these kind of trips. Previously, we were not aware of that. Now people are
Give
looking
me
even for
like
the
the
honeymoon
top
trip.
3 or 4 destinations for nocturnal travel, according to you.
Majorly, which we get requests are for the Norway, the Iceland, and of course from Ladakh also in our country, Ladakh.
Ladakh,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. But talking about budgeting that you mentioned there, Gaurav, let me bring in Milan on this one. Another trend that spoke to us in 2024 was SKI, meaning spending your kids' inheritance on travel. Are we seeing that in India as well, or this is largely a Western trend where people are coming and saying, listen, I kept this money for my kids, but now I feel one life, I don't know how long I live, I might as well spend it on my experience. Is that actually happening in India, Milan?
See, for baby boomers, it's now no longer, for them now, age is just a number. See, they want to explore more. They are not into like, you just need to save for our kids. So they want to explore. It's one life and they want to enjoy it. Like my parents also, now that I'm into travel influence, I'm a travel influencer. They see me traveling a lot of places. So they also want to explore such kind of places. So they are not wary of, traveling. The places have become budget friendly, people friendly. And with technology and everything, it has become very easy to travel to places. So yeah, it's one life to live and travel, one life to live, so might as well enjoy it.
Yeah. Other trend that I want to sort of you guys to sort of shed some light on is on men only and women only travel. These are really interesting communities where people who not necessarily know each other actually get together to experience something. Am I correct in that
Yes,
analysis, Gaurav?
yes, yes.
Yes, very rightly said. Actually, rather, we have some travel groups who are completely men only, and many a times we get requests from single travelers that I want to be part of men only group. Please help me connect with those kind of groups, and majority coming from, as I said, from yoga retreats in Rishikesh and bike trip in Ladakh.
Huh.
So there are a lot of enthusiasts of bike traveling, and they have their own groups. There are travel companies who help people those who do not have are part of any group. They help them connect with them and get that kind of trip which they want to enjoy.
I see. Milan, do you want to
Yes.
take on that?
Yes, so if you take my example, since last year I've been traveling solo. So I'm no longer wary of traveling alone. And it's a beautiful way to connect with people, make friends. And places in India are becoming so travel friendly that you are not scared of traveling alone. So solo groups are, you see any Facebook community, there's so many, solo groups to solo traveler groups. So you can explore that. And yeah, solo traveler is a beautiful experience. Last year only I went on a cruise trip and I traveled solo. I danced
That's
my
nice. We
Louis.
actually did a
Yeah,
full episode on solo travel as well. But I'm not just talking
yeah,
about solo travel, I'm talking about groups of men and women who don't particularly know each other but just share a common passion point traveling together.
correct, correct. So I have friends. I myself, traveled in such a group. I met on Facebook, yeah, community only, and traveled. So it's a great way to, connect with the female travelers. And yeah, this is
Okay.
a
As
trend
we
that,
as we end this, Milan, give me your top 3 destination wish list for 2025 and include some in India, some outside as well.
so yeah, see, the Mahakumbh is starting, so I want to travel there. So I'm exploring my options there. And outside India, I would like to travel to Bali. I have explored Thailand, Bangkok. Bali is another place, which is very affordable and uh, you can, yeah, explore.
Okay.
And then Kerala. I want to go on a long trip to Kerala.
Wow, backwaters are calling. We hope it happens for
Yes.
you. Gaurav, do you have some out of the box ideas?
For me, of course, Iceland is something which I'm planning for the quite a long of
Wow.
time because, of course, a lot of shooting of Game of Thrones happened there. Secondly, of course, eastern part of India, which is still a lot of things are unexplored, especially in the Tripura and Manipur side. That is something which I want to explore, and something which is more related to culture. That is Japan. I think these are my 3 places which I would love to explore.
Right, that's actually quite fascinating. But can we dip in on that cultural aspect a little more, Gaurav? How, with Indians, with this sort of subcontinent consciousness, awareness, likes, dislikes, where do you see as the next big destinations where you think Indians are going to flock? I think we are done with London. We are done with the regular, New York, DC sort of destinations. They're looking for experiences. So, if you were to name, say, the top 3 countries where you see a lot of Indians go, which ones would that be?
Uh, since, of course, let me just talk about with the data which we have analyzed in the past 1 or 2 years, we have seen the shift happening. Now people are no more interested in Dubai, Singapore, and Thailand. Now we are getting a lot of requests for the countries like Egypt, for the countries like Turkey, for the countries like Japan, for the countries like, of course, Iceland. And these are the kind of countries wherein people have started giving us a lot of requests. And of course, these are unexplored countries, and a lot of diversity and cultural divergence is there. They want to explore pyramids, they want to explore the rich culture of Turkey, and of course, Japan has a lot of course, cultural diversity, and of course, coming from those World War backgrounds, they want to look all those monuments and of places where a lot of critical events have happened. These are the eventually it is all about experiences.
Yes,
And of
so
course,
much of
these are
history
the
and
kind of
culture to
countries.
explore, to really indulge in. It keeps coming back to that theme. Last 2 minutes, I'm told. So, Milan, your big sort of prediction on which countries will dominate the Indian travelers' mindset?
I think Japan, because of the cultural richness, as Gaurav has mentioned, and I would too love to explore that. And you can say Mexico. I would like, yes, and then Masai Mara in Africa. Love to
Oh,
go for
wow.
a safari. Yeah.
Yeah, something for those seeking wildlife, something for those seeking great food and music in Mexico, and some looking to find their ikigai. Maybe Japan will sort of do it for them. Thank you both, Gaurav and Milan, for joining us and sharing all those travel trends for 2025 with our viewers, which are so many. But the underlining theme really being that it is going to be one where people say it's not just about checking into a hotel and chilling over there, it's all about the experiences that one wants to indulge in.